Hot news as Stone waits for Mueller, he's back to going out for pizza on Fridays CNNPolitics. When special counsel Robert Mueller was appointed some 20 months ago to investigate Russian election meddling and potential collusion with the Trump campaign, Stone seemed like a clear target. He traded private messages with Guccifer 2.0, an online front for Russian intelligence services. Before Clinton, Stone has said publicly that he expects to be indicted and he believes he's been under surveillance since 2016. He beefed up his lead. Still, no word from Mueller. It's clear Mueller's team is still interested in Stone, though. Conservative Mueller also recently requested access to, which is now under Democratic control. The committee agreed. A spokesman for the special counsel declined to comment. The focus on perjury comes after Mueller has dug into seemingly everything else in Stone's life, including his finances. None. Waiting for Roger Stone Day. Stone has been mostly defiant throughout the Mueller saga, insisting he's being unfairly targeted and fighting back on public platforms like The Fringe, right-wing InfoWars and the conservative Daily Caller websites. But he has also Davis, famously known as the Manhattan Madam, once ran a high-end prostitution ring and went to jail for a few months as part of the scandal surrounding then Democratic New York government. Eliot Spitzer, Stone said he has drawn strength from the support of his family, and in his wife Nydia in particular. Davis said hers financially debilitating. The combination of keeping a legal team on standby and seeing much of his private consulting work dry up has been financially. His family, with the help of some editing software, recently created videos of their dogs proclaiming Roger. Stone said he has also raised thousands of dollars selling signed rocks aka Roger. Stone's team declined to share how much he has spent on legal fees so far. They also refute. Stone discovers his real friends. The Mueller investigation, with business associates, people Stone has mentored, and even President Donald Trump. Both, a New York radio host, and were once business associates of Stone's. Both men said that Stone doesn't speak to Andrew Miller these days either. That's not because one of the biggest blows, though, may have been Sam Nunberg's. The former Trump people. Stone himself said, "Harry's." As for Stone and Trump, their decades-long relationship has been peppered with periods when the two men spoke daily and others when they hardly spoke at all. These days, I am. In the meantime, Stone intends to keep up his fight in the court of public opinion. Stone has been taking his own advice, making his case on right-wing platforms, cable news outlets and the social media sites that haven't suspended his accounts. You won't find him on Twitter, which suspended him in 2017. Paul. Stone's prolonged role in the Mueller investigation and the accompanying media coverage have by Stone's account made him more famous than ever before.
Raindrop, truck, top, smoking, no cooking the hot bar. I get fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.